Alrighty, we should be live. Hey everyone, this is the Council of Regents meeting for June 12th, 2018 for the wonderful and magnificent Kingdom of Northreach. We've got 3 of us here tonight, and our regent from Loop and Moon is having some technical difficulties, and we spent the last 15 minutes or so trying to get it to work for him. Actually, play a little bit longer than that. So we're gonna give him a bye for today, and a high five when we see him. It'll be okay. Other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and put in here that we have in attendance myself. Trying to remember how to spell Catalau's name, and I'm gonna ruin it. So we're just gonna throw some A's and some U's in there and call it good. Okay, so let's just do really quickly. I wanted to bring up we've got the next Kingdom Day that is coming up is Frozen Odyssey, which is happening down in glorious Kenai, or maybe it's technically Soldotna, and it's going to be super duper cool. There is going to be a whole bunch of questing and role playing and a lot of really cool open world stuff. So I really want to encourage folks to make it down there if they can. Deli has put together a pretty cool team, and seeing as he's been crafting out of my glorious crafting bunker, I've gotten to some pretty cool sneak peeks at a bunch of the stuff that he is working on and has planned, and it is going to be just pretty darn excellent. It's going to be real silly, and I honestly think that it's probably going to be one of those events that people are going to be really, really excited for next year, based on what's going to happen this year. So fingers crossed. I know our wonderful, wonderful Icefire Bay region is actually going to be up here in glorious Astral Winds that weekend. But Midnight Sun, what do you have going on? Are you planning on making it down there? Do you think anyone from your park that you know is going?
I'm unfortunately not going to be able to make it down there due to finances, but I know a few people from Ravestone are heading down there.
Sweet, that's awesome. Mr. How about Icefire Bay? I know obviously you're going to be up here, but you guys have it's your stomping grounds. You guys have anyone going out there to RP like fools and have a blast?
I don't know yet. I would suspect if anyone goes up, it would probably be like Chi, but I'm not sure yet. I haven't heard anything.
Okay. We'll tie like a finger around your string or something like that to remind yourselves to bring it up at your park days. The more folks we have going to those things, the cooler they are, because the next cycle we have even bigger budgets to run even cooler events. So encourage folks to go and have a blast. Okay. Thing 2, I just want to bring up calendars. Everything still seems to be fine normal park day wise. I would just encourage both of you guys to double check your calendars at some point, maybe towards the end of this meeting or now if you're able to, and just look out over the course of the next month or so that you have to worry about, and make sure that everything looks good. At this point we should be pretty smooth sailing, but unless have either of you since the last time we met, because I know it's been a while because we've had like me traveling and other crazy stuff going on, any new like events or special fancy occurrences popping up that you've recently added to the calendar or need to?
I have yet to add it to the calendar, but Icefire Bay is probably going to have a float in Homer's 4th of July parade, and those have been going pretty well the past couple of times that we were in it. But we still have to get the paperwork in, but we have the float equipment. We've got someone who's got a trailer and a truck, and I think a skiff as well, which would be pretty good. So we're really excited for that.
That sounds super duper cool. And I know I've seen some of the floats that you guys have done for past parades, and they are just like some of my favorite amp guard things that happen in the state because they're just so unique and cool and always like crazily well produced. So I'm really excited to see what you guys come up with this time.
Yeah, it's essentially the thing that we were going to do last year with the giant dragon head and Astrid designed, and so we're really excited for that. And this time we actually have something to attach it to, so we wouldn't have to otherwise carry it like we almost did last year for the Winter Carnival parade.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, incremental improvements. I mean, a little bit more rad each year. In the past, have you guys kind of made like any announcements or posts on like Northreach Facebook groups or like Froco or Loop and Moon or Ravenstone to like see if other people are interested in coming down and walking the parade with you?
I didn't think of that. I know that when we were doing the Winter Carnival parade, we were putting up pictures of the float, but that's something that I could put on the Northreach page.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be really cool. I think there are probably some folks in Froco at least that would come down just for the sake of going to the parade because it's neat, and so they may as well bring some garb and rock out with you guys. I mean, that could be a really fun event for just a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I've heard some Frozen Coast people who are really interested in our float, and someone even wanted to borrow it, but I don't know how well that would work with a hour and a half or 2 hour travel plus everything else. So they could come down and walk with us.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be really cool. And you know what? Maybe I mean, just being there and getting to kind of see it firsthand and kind of up close and personal will give them a better idea of how to make their own, learn a little bit. And if not, I mean, it'll just still be sweet. So. Yeah, but you should totally make a post on the Northreach page, and maybe even many. Maybe like make a post to let people know that it's happening. Give them some forewarning because obviously people make plans for 4th of July. But I would say try not to overshadow Delhi as he's trying to advertise for Frozen Odyssey. So, if your float thing were the next one in line, we'll kind of like pump advertising for it for the week or two leading up. But we just don't want to cross the wires too hard. But you should definitely get the information out there. I think that'd be super cool.
That sounds good.
Sweet. Okay, cool. What about sorry, anything else other than your float that you have kind of coming up?
Not really.
Cool. Midnight Sun, how about you guys up in Ravenstone?
I know that we're trying to get a booth set up at the Highland Games to try to bring more people in. I think other than that, I think that's all.
Okay, cool. I think I had seen posts that I believe you guys at least have the space reserved for it, so I think you're okay there for the Highland Games. So it sounds like maybe you guys are just needing to kind of get some plans in place. Yeah. Is that something that I believe Gideon's running the show for that, right?
Yes, he's working on getting the details finalized, and he'll put something up asking for volunteers for that.
Okay, cool. That should be super awesome, and the Highland Games is great. And it sounds like, based on some of the conversation I saw, that the Highland Game folks, the people running the event, really like us and are excited to work with us. So that's really cool.
I totally forgot that Icefire Bay is also going to be doing Highland Games down here as well. We've already got our like a booth set up. Like we're going to have a booth and a fighter's ring, and some of us might be trying to sell some art, so that's going to be fun.
Okay. Yeah, that's super cool too. Sorry, I'm trying to like listen and also take notes in the agenda. So I apologize for like the slight delays. Okie dokie. Sweet. Well, okay. So that was sort of, we were supposed to be talking about calendar stuff, but it sounds like I really just kind of got local updates from both of you guys. So that's where I kind of noted that. But what do you like? What else is going on at the park level? I know folks are crown qualling really hard right now. So are you guys starting to see any new like crafting, or how are your ANS nights going, so on and so forth?
Ours are going pretty good. We've been getting more folks out, especially from Loop Moon, have been coming out. I haven't seen as many new crafts, but I've seen people working on like older projects.
In Icefire Bay, we've also been doing some stuff with ANSs. We did one a couple weeks ago where we just pulled out a bunch of broken weapons from the war chest and fixed them up, and then I think last week we were making some new weapons, so that was pretty good.
That's super awesome. Do you guys have a champion right now?
Yes, we do right now. He's going to be leaving, I guess, in August, but yeah, right now we've got a champion.
Cool. I was just gonna say it's super awesome that you guys were able to like help your champion out with that stuff, because I know a lot of times it sort of falls solely on their shoulders to maintain all that loner gear and whatnot. So that's super duper awesome that the whole park just was like, hey, let's all pitch in and work on this. And that's why Icefire Bay is a wonderful, magical place.
Yeah, I've heard our monarch joking that we're trying to stay. Just gonna say that we're trying to stay like lower level to avoid the politics, but that's just because we don't have enough older people who can fill the offices. Because it sounds like next reign we might not have a champion. This reign we didn't have a GMR because of age for the Shire.
Yeah, it can be tough. But you know what? I mean, it just, I am sure if you look at the average age of a lot of the people that are starting to step into leadership roles in Frozen Coast, for example. You look at like Delhi and Blue and folks like that. They're 20, 21, so when Frozen Coast first started, they weren't able to run for office too. So it takes a few years for those folks that are super passionate about the game and really loving it to be eligible sometimes. And then you're flush on officers for a while. And that's awesome. But you're getting there.
Yeah, meanwhile in Icefire Bay, our champion is 19 and I am 18, so there's a bit of an age problem with us for having people old enough to be in office.
Yeah, you'll get there. I mean, so give it a couple years. It's not like IFB is going anywhere. And if you guys keep doing AmpGuard as cool as you're doing it, neither will the people. And then they'll be 18 in no time flat. Okay, anyway, well, so that's super awesome. Do either of you have anything else that you wanted to chat about that's like going on at the local park level, or things that are having a Northreach that you have questions about? I'm going to take that silence as a no. And then, if not, is there anything that I can do to help either of you with stuff that you have going on, or anything you could use from me that I can do for you? Okay, sweet. Well, unless either of you have anything else you want to say or any final like saying hi to mom and dad in the audience, I think we are I think we're good to go. Hearing no highs to mom and dad, I'm going to go ahead and stop the broadcast. Thanks for anyone that watched or will watch, and tune in 2 weeks from today for the next one. Should be on the 26th, and a few days prior to that is Frozen Odyssey. Just another quick plug for Delhi. That's happening the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of June down in the Frozen Coast area. If you search on Google, if you search on Facebook for Frozen Odyssey Tatooine Drift, you'll see it. Or if you look on the Northreach page, Delhi has been posting at least once a day on there, sharing posts from the event page. So check that out. It's going to be cool. And with nothing more from our illustrious Ravenstone, Icefire Bay, and the Here in Spirit Loop and Moon Regent, I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful evening.